And let's begin with some bad news. Have handed in their notice.
I live and breathe my business. So Jack, Rise at 7 lost a £500,000 account last week.
Losing £500,000? Well, it's hefty, isn't it? I'd be heartbroken. Soldiered on, didn't you? Won it back in a day.
Yeah. But I wasn't actually stressed when I got home, was I, that day?
No, he was quite calm, to be fair. I thought you would absolutely blow your shit off the wall, but he was alright.
We got the email to say that we'll no longer be working with you guys, cutting the contract, etc, etc. What we was hired to do is no longer their plan. Fair enough, absolutely fine. But for an agency to lose a £500,000 account, usually that can be detrimental, you know, to a business. Well, we're Rise at 7, like, we had to take that strong. The last thing that we all wanted to do was run around panicking that we've just lost £500,000 and all that sort of stuff. And instead, we sat down as a team and in front of everybody, actually, everybody could hear. And we just said, by the way, we lost this account, but it's all right, we're gonna go win it back. We're gonna go, in a couple of weeks, we'll win it back. In 24 hours we did it. We won £500,000 worth of work back in 24 hours. And what I've learned is a mindset to keep going. Admittedly, Ken Wright was the one that really held that together. Ken Wright was like, we keep going, we'll go and win another tomorrow. Like, that's just what we do, we're Rise at 7. And that sort of mentality is what makes you go further every single day.
So you were the one who had the email.
Can't say I've ever received an email like that. Didn't really know how to react to it. It's quite hard not to take things like that personally when you're working on those kind of accounts. But once the initial nausea had passed, we got together in a room, myself, Carrie, Stephen and Will, and just discussed our next steps basically. And we were already planning the pitches for next week and how we were planning on basically getting that kind of money back from the client that we'd lost.
What are we going to do to learn from this? Like, you were so close on this account. This was almost like a bit of your baby.
I work closely on the account, so we already know the answers to that. The last 2 months we've been doing really well on the account. It's not, I don't think it's a performance thing or anything like that. We've been exceeding performance on the areas we've been kind of working on. Cultural fit's really important, and the cultural fit at the start of the relationship was really good, and the cultural fit towards the end of the contract is different because there's different client contacts. There's different objectives that change. The objectives changed that didn't really meet what we wanted to do on the account either. So if we're going to be completely honest with ourselves, it wasn't a great cultural fit for us.
This account was a big account and it was stressful at times, wasn't it? Like, so what's it like now that it's not there?
I sleep like a baby at the minute, so that's good. Well, we've had 3 pitches this week. Well, yeah, 3 pitches this week, and we've won every one of them on the spot. So my time's gone into those 3 pitches to do a really good job. How it's freed me up to do more things like that. So yeah, it's actually, for me, it's been pretty positive. So that's what happened, James. I just touched it, turns to sold this week.
So I had a new business call yesterday, big client. One of the things he actually said to me when, do you guys want to work with us? And at the moment I was thinking, like, because I said, like, why? I was thinking, so why wouldn't we? And I just said to him, I won't be on this call if I didn't want to. I said, I don't take every new business call. But I said, the ones that get me excited, we give that energy and time to. And actually, he said to me, you guys have grown super fast, like rapid pace. Surely there's some clients you just put at the back pocket and don't really give a shit about. I went, do you want me to be honest? I said, no. I said, there isn't one, because any of those that we don't give a shit about, we get rid of. As like, we actually are in such a strong position that we turn down clients, we turn down work that don't fit what we're about.
Are you, or either of you, like, worried about that? Like, if that perception is from clients?
I think it's always going to be a concern when you're a fast-growing agency, how not how clients can keep up, but how can clients stay important? Like, no client wants to be your smallest, and no client wants to be your biggest, actually. So it's like, it is a thing that we've done a lot of work on. How can we make sure that all of the people that we talk to, if we take them on board as a client, they feel like they matter to us just as much as everyone else does? And I'm pretty upfront and say, I have 6 of these calls today, and statistically, I'm going to say at the end of 5 of them, I don't think that this is something that we can do together, right? Like, a lot of the time we say things like, we would love to work with you, but this project is not a project that we can do a great job of, and first impressions matter, so let's keep in touch. That's a really, really common bit of feedback.
Yeah, it's just to add on to that, I've only just realised that sort of importance of match in the last few months, because I've always thought, surely if you're a business, you'd take on any client. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never really seen that side. I've never really been in that position, and I've only really realised the importance of a match. That's not just for clients, but it's for staff as well. I've definitely realised that some brands just don't match with some agencies. So I think there is a big chunk of what makes a really good Rise at 7 client, and then there is also a big chunk that doesn't. But that doesn't matter, because often we spend so much time, effort, energy trying to make them into a Rise at 7 client that we lose money, we lose passion, we lose, you're going in 2 different directions. So I've definitely realised recently, because of everything that Ken Wright's been talking about, how important it is.
Obviously, we're very lucky in the position that we are, that we can turn down clients. Not other agencies are in that position at all. Is it something recent for us, or has it been the mantra from the start?
It has been important from the start, but what I would say is early days, we had to be sure that we were turning something down, right? We made a conscious decision, and the default was yes until it's no. And then we'd qualify out and say we're not a fit for this reason. Whereas now, the way that it's changed over the last year probably has been the default is no, and we'll decide if it's a fit.
Do you know what, James? I've noticed, right, working with some clients, that the client is a brand, is on the same mission as Rise at 7. We are same values, we're both out to kind of take over our space, we're on the same path. But the client contacts that we would have worked with, they're off to a different planet. And you realise, okay, well, the brand's on our level, the brand is going in the same direction, but the person that's been put in charge in certain departments just isn't. And that's been a real difficult thing for me of okay, well, where do I go here? What do I do? How do I manage that? And a lot of the time it has just been, people have to fit people. I think most of the time when we've won, it's because we identify with the people in the room in the pitch. We mirror their, passion, we mirror their behaviour even, or their drive. So that's been an interesting thing, especially most recently.
Have you managed to clarify what is a Rise client?
For me, we've been working within people for a while to really understand, not just what is a right fit client, but what is it that our purpose is for that client. And ultimately it sums down to, we're here to give confidence to both people, so our staff, and brands to do things differently. And we actually come across a lot of businesses that want to work with us, but they have done the same thing for years. They are comfort in the way that they've done it, and they're not necessarily looking for something different, or they're not necessarily looking for change. But we're the agency that drives people to feel confident to be able to do that. We give them the tools, the people, the ability, the ideas to go, you can do that, and they're like, that's something I never imagined we could. Which is why I actually think Rise at 7 has been so successful, is because I think most brands in the last year have wanted to do something different because of COVID, because of everything that's going on, consumer behaviour, etc., etc. And Rise at 7 is the agency for that. Do you know what? I realised the other day I haven't really got time for myself in life, and I feel as if all I do is work. Don't I work till 11 o'clock every night, which isn't good. But the other day, so it was his birthday, we all went for a family meal, and I finished work at 5:30. I had literally 20 minutes to get ready. I didn't have no makeup on, no hair brushed. Literally, I was wearing hoodies and everything. I had 20 minutes to get ready and then drive over to near Hull Way to go for this meal. But it just made me realise that is my life 24/7. I have all day to work and 20 minutes for Carrie, to get ready, to feel nice, to do my makeup, to do whatever it is that I need to do. But we've got a week off next week, and I'm going to take you with me because I'm going to the Lake District, and I'm going to be talking all about taking a break and why the importance of having a week off is good for the brain.
And cut.
I'm a